In the vast, silent theater of the desert night, under the cold, impartial gaze of a bone-white moon, an ancient drama is set to unfold. This is no place for the timid. Here the air itself is a predator, thin and sharp, and the ground is a graveyard of forgotten struggles. On this hallowed stage of dust and stone, two perfect killing machines, sculpted by millennia of evolutionary warfare, are about to cross paths. They are the apex predators of their diminutive world, titans of the undergrowth, whose very existence is a testament to brutal efficiency. From the east, a shadow detaches itself from a larger darkness. It is a creature of jagged angles and armored plates, a living fossil forged in the crucible of time. The sun-scorched Emperor Scorpion, a warlord of the sands. Its body is a fortress of polished black chitin, each segment a testament to its resilience. Its claws, the pedipalps, are not merely pincers, they are instruments of crushing force, capable of snapping bone and shattering the carapaces of lesser creatures. But the true terror lies coiled at its back. The metasoma, its segmented tail, arches high, a graceful, menacing curve culminating in the telson, a hypodermic needle of pure death, glistening with a complex neurotoxic cocktail refined over 100 million years. Every movement is deliberate, a symphony of predatory grace. It is arrogance made manifest, a creature that has never known a true rival. But tonight, a challenger rises from the earth itself. From a silk-lined burrow, another form of darkness emerges, a being of shadow and hair. This is the Void-Skull Tarantula, a behemoth of the arachnid world, named for the ghostly white marking that adorns its cephalothorax like a macabre trophy. Where the scorpion is sleek and armored, the tarantula is a brute, a hulking mass of muscle and venom covered in a dense coat of sensitive setae. These are not just hairs, they are an extension of its nervous system, a sophisticated sensory array that tastes the air, feels the faintest vibrations, and detects the chemical signatures of prey and predator alike. Its 8 eyes, clustered together, do not see with clarity, but they perceive a world of light and shadow, of looming threats and sudden movements. Its weapons are more primal, more direct. 2 thick, black fangs, chelicerae, are tucked beneath its body, ready to plunge deep and pump a potent hemotoxin into its victim, a venom that liquefies tissue from the inside out. It is a creature of patience and explosive power, a living landmine waiting for a single misstep. The scorpion, ever vigilant, freezes. Its own sensitive pectines, feather-like organs on its underside, comb the ground, reading the story of the approaching giant through the language of tremors. It detects the weight, the gait, the sheer presence of the tarantula, and knows this is no mere beetle or lizard. This is a peer. A king has entered the domain of an emperor. The air crackles with unspoken threat. There is no roar, no battle cry, only a profound and terrifying silence as the two titans begin their lethal dance. They circle one another, a slow, deliberate orbit of impending violence. It is a chess match where every piece is a weapon and every move could be the last. The scorpion, more agile, probes the tarantula's defenses, its tail swaying like a hypnotist's watch, the stinger a constant, glittering promise of agony. The tarantula remains low, a coiled spring of immense power, its front legs raised slightly in a classic threat posture, fangs partially bared. It presents a wall of bristling hair and powerful limbs, a fortress of patient fury. For long moments nothing happens. It is a battle of nerves, a psychological war waged through posture and presence. Who will break first? Who will commit to the attack and expose a weakness? The scorpion feints to the left, its claw snapping shut on empty air with an audible click. The tarantula doesn't flinch, its 8 eyes fixed on the deadly arc of the scorpion's tail. It knows the claws are a distraction. The true danger is the stinger. Suddenly, the standoff shatters. With a surge of speed that belies its armored bulk, the scorpion lunges. It's a blitzkrieg assault, aiming to overwhelm the tarantula with a flurry of attacks. The left claw strikes, a black hammer seeking to cripple a leg, to break the spider's powerful stance. But the tarantula is ready. It rears back, not in fear, but in a calculated defensive maneuver. Its thick, powerful front legs meet the claw with surprising force, the impact sending a shockwave through both combatants. Chitin scrapes against chitin with the sound of grinding stone. The scorpion's claw, designed to crush, finds only unyielding strength. It's a stalemate, a test of raw power. The scorpion presses its advantage, its other claw snapping at the tarantula's side, trying to find purchase, to get a grip and hold the spider in place for the final, fatal strike from its tail. The tarantula, however, is a master of defense. It pivots on its rear legs, a surprising display of agility for a creature of its size, and the second claw glances off its hairy abdomen. The dance has become a brawl. The scorpion, frustrated by the tarantula's robust defense, overcommits. It pushes forward, trying to bulldoze its opponent, bringing its tail further over its head for a plunging strike. This is the moment the tarantula has been waiting for. It cannot match the scorpion's reach, so it deploys a different kind of weapon, a defense born of irritation and cunning. In a rapid, blurring motion, the tarantula uses its rear legs to vigorously rub its own abdomen, launching a nearly invisible cloud of microscopic barbed projectiles directly at the scorpion's face. These are its urticating hairs, a defensive weapon unique to New World tarantulas. They are not merely irritants. They are tiny, harpoon-like needles designed to embed themselves in the soft tissues of an attacker. The eyes, the mouth, the sensitive membranes between armored plates. The cloud envelops the scorpion's head. The effect is immediate and devastating. The scorpion, whose world is perceived through a delicate array of chemical and sensory organs around its face, is thrown into chaos. It recoils violently, shaking its head, its movements becoming frantic and uncoordinated. The microscopic barbs cause an agonizing, maddening itch and pain, blinding its sensitive eyes and fouling its chemosensors. The tarantula has just thrown sand in the eyes of a sniper. Seizing the opportunity, the tarantula abandons its defensive posture and launches a ferocious counterattack. It surges forward, a black tide of fury, closing the distance while the scorpion is still reeling. The scorpion, half-blinded and disoriented, swings its tail wildly, the stinger scything through the air, but its aim is erratic. The tarantula ignores the flailing tail, its focus absolute. It drives past the scorpion's formidable claws and targets a known vulnerability. With a final powerful push, it lunges, its body pressing against the scorpion's side. Its great fangs, dripping with venom, unfold. It doesn't aim for the thick armor of the back, but for the softer, more pliable membrane at the joint of the scorpion's largest claw, the shoulder of its primary weapon. The fangs plunge deep. The scorpion convulses, a violent full-body spasm of agony. The tarantula's hemotoxic venom begins its gruesome work instantly. A chemical fire spreading through the scorpion's limb, attacking tissues, rupturing cells, and turning the powerful muscle within the claw into a useless, liquefied slurry. The scorpion's thrashing intensifies, its tail striking the ground, the tarantula's back, anywhere, in a desperate, pain-fueled frenzy. But the spider holds on, its fangs buried deep, pumping more and more of its potent poison into the wound. The battle reaches its turning point. The scorpion's frantic energy begins to wane, its movements becoming sluggish and weak. The potent neurotoxins in its own venom are designed for swift kills on smaller prey, but the tarantula's venom is a slow, inexorable destroyer of flesh. The great crushing claw, once a symbol of the scorpion's power, now hangs limp and useless. The venom is spreading, not just destroying the limb but beginning to cascade through the scorpion's body, a systemic failure shutting down its ancient biology. The proud, arched tail, the creature's ultimate weapon, begins to droop. The menacing sway is gone, replaced by a weak, pathetic tremor. The fire in the Emperor is dying. Sensing the shift, the tarantula finally releases its grip. It backs away slowly, cautiously, giving its venom time to complete its work. It returns to its low defensive stance, its front legs raised, watching, waiting. There is no rush. The fight is already won. The desert bears witness to the slow, agonizing demise of one of its champions. The scorpion attempts one last defiant gesture, trying to raise its tail, but it lacks the strength. It stumbles, its legs buckling under its own weight. The once mighty warlord is reduced to a twitching, dying husk. The end is quiet. The scorpion gives one final, shuddering twitch, and then is still. The silence that returns to the desert is heavier now, filled with the weight of the battle's conclusion. The Void-Skull Tarantula approaches the fallen emperor, its sensitive legs tapping the motionless carapace, confirming the kill. For a long moment, it stands over its vanquished foe, a dark monument to survival. It raises its front legs, not in threat, but in a posture of absolute dominance, the ghostly skull on its back seeming to glow in the pale moonlight. It is a declaration. A new king reigns tonight. The ancient struggle for supremacy has been decided. There is no ceremony, no glory, only the brutal calculus of nature. The victor claims the spoils. With immense effort, the tarantula seizes the scorpion's body and begins the arduous task of dragging its hard-won meal back to the darkness of its burrow, leaving nothing on the moonlit stage but a few scuff marks in the dust, the only evidence of the epic war that was.